What's up, guys? This is Lee Morris from Fstoppers. This is David Strauss here. This is the second edition of Critiquing the Community Unposed Wedding Photography Edition. We have about 55 images to go through. In yesterday's episode, we went through 25, and now we're gonna do like 28 pictures. So let's get right into it. This is a very interesting crop, something that I would never do.
Yeah.
But I love that someone else is doing something different that I would never do.
Let's rate it.
3, 2, 1. Give it a 2. That's interesting because I was thinking about potentially giving this a 4. Huh. I really like it for some reason. I find it very interesting. I guess I'm just not so blown away with it that I gave it a 4.
To me, the uniqueness of this image, I mean, what does draw my eye, it's a very different kind of wedding image that you normally see, different kind of ceremony, obviously. But in general, I'm a big fan of negative space photographs. However, this one, the negative space that's chosen, I feel like is too distracting from the couple themselves. Because that window is so blown out, to me, my eye automatically gravitates toward that, less to like the rest of the wall, and their faces, I think, are just too small in the photograph to really appreciate this kind of picture.
I mean, obviously, the photographer did this on purpose.
Yeah.
And so I don't think this is a mistake or this is some lack of judgment. This is their like artistic vision for this shot, and you personally don't like it. I do like it, but I think there's so much about it that could be done better.
Yeah.
Next image. Nice spin shot. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 2, really?
2 again.
You're being really mean today. Why do you give it a 2?
So, I like the choice of motion, but because of the slightly longer exposure, there is so much light painting or whatever happening. I guess it's her hair, actually.
Yeah.
That is just completely covering her face. To me, that's very distracting, and I don't know, something about the softness of it doesn't seem quite sharp to me.
I think you're being a little harsh for a drunken dancing picture. I feel like when it gets to this time of the night and everybody's having fun and you're trying to capture like an energy and a tone, this definitely did that. Sure, there's hair on her face. Sure, the background's a little blown out, but like the way her dress is spinning and everything is really nice. So I guess I see where you're coming from, but to me, it's a solid image. I don't think anybody's going to see this image and be offended by it or think that's not very well done.
Yeah.
Or why is the hair in the face? They're going to be like, wow, you captured the moment. Well done.
Yeah.
Next up. This looks like a ceremony shot.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, we
3.
swapped.
Yeah. I'm on the fence with this one. I think it's okay. I could give it a 3. It's just, there's not that much emotion going on. I guess they're praying in this shot. And it just feels to me like a great shot to deliver your client, but I'm not excited about it. I'm much more excited about the previous dancing shot. That shows emotion and a feeling and a vibe, and like, here's what you're gonna get if you hire me as your wedding photographer, whereas this is just like, every wedding has 10 pictures like that.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I think the one reason I appreciate this shot is, to me, it's hard to capture any moment in the ceremony from an interesting angle that brings in the ceremony aspects themselves. Some weddings are a lot more untraditional. This wedding obviously seems like there's more intention behind it. It brings in the priest's hands with the cross, and the couple is, I think, really in the moment and appreciating that. So I kind of disagree that there's not a moment happening to me.
It's not that. It's just like a feeling, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I'm not feeling loving or excited or sentimental. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's just another praying shot at the ceremony. I feel like if she was looking up at him and giving like this loving smile, I would like
A
the
little
image
more emotion. See, I feel like this moment is a little bit more, and maybe it's just a different set of values, more traditional, more solemn, more that inner moment that's happening between them. But
Do you like that half of her face is cropped off by his, or would you like it more if it
think
was
so.
slid around a little bit more?
I think so. I think it's. I don't think that adding the extra eye, her extra eye, would necessarily help
Okay.
the picture.
Okay. Next up, interesting shot. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the lighting here. How did they do that?
I think it's one backlit flash and
3, 2, 1.
Three
Three stars. Solid image. Very interesting lighting. Like the composition with the fire fountain.
It's awesome.
It's a good image. It's not unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a couple. I think if you had brought that light forward and kind of dimmed out that tree to me doesn't really augment the image at all. If you had either brought that flash forward, put a grid on it, or just dodged or burned it out.
I keep trying to imagine what this would look like if the dock wasn't lit and if the tree wasn't lit and it was just the couple. And I think this image might be missing something.
Without
If
those
it
things.
if it was all dark here, and just
Yeah.
they had their silhouette, it might be missing something. Something about that lit platform under them kind of
Helps bring
brings
it
them
out.
out to me.
Fair enough. Next one. This one kind of looks posed, but I think this was after an actual posed picture, a little spontaneous moment.
Okay.
But yeah,
This is a tough one. I'm going to be nice. 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna be a little mean.
Okay. Yeah, that's
It's my mean
perfect
day.
because I'm right at 2.5 on this one. My issue with this is that the crop's a little weird. The other thing is that it feels posed. Like your client's going to think it's posed. They're not going to be impressed by the fact that it wasn't posed.
Yeah.
So it just looks like a really sloppy posed picture where like not everybody's paying attention and just weird stuff's going on and your crop's weird and there's some yellow post in the back left.
As we were talking about yesterday too, if you're gonna have something like this on your website, I think you either want like all out for emotion and get everyone involved doing something crazy or laid back or posed with the bride and groom, or just have a straight up traditional style picture. Like Lee said, this is kind of in between for that.
Yeah. Next up, looks like a family member meeting the bride for the first time or congratulating her. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going
1. Wow. I certainly can't give this a 1. A 1 would be like a snapshot, or anybody with any camera in that moment could have easily captured that picture. I certainly can't put this in that category. With the shallow depth of field, your focus is spot on. You captured the emotion. I think this is a great image that the bride's going to love, the family's going to love. I just don't think you should put this on your website.
Yeah. A 1 is a little harsh. Definitely. I think this is Uncle Bob though, with his camera just kind of shooting through between the.
And to be fair, we take 500 of these pictures at every single wedding that we shoot.
Yeah.
It's just they don't make the website. So don't think that we're putting you down in your photography or whatever. We're just looking at this one image.
Yeah. But yeah, as a portfolio piece, nothing about this really grabs me. Like the focus is not on the bride. It's not on.
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be on the side of her face for this
Yeah,
image. Yeah, but overall, like my eye kind of goes to the booby balloon in the back. Yeah, that just Even if this was an amazing shot, if it had that balloon in there with the nibbles on it, it's probably not going to make your website. Next up. This is interesting.
Love right before a dance, I think.
Yeah, I love the lighting on this.
Yeah. Closer look.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
3.
Solid image. I love the lighting on this shot. The bride looks awesome in this shot. Love the vibe she's given him, and he kind of wrecks it. He's like embarrassed or nervous or something.
Yeah.
And it just kind of takes me out. Like, imagine if his arm was up and he was bowing or saying, thank you everyone, you know, whatever. This could be like a 4-star image easily.
Yeah. Really well shot though. That's
oh
just
my
something
gosh,
they're
yeah.
doing.
The lighting is so spot on. And this is, we were talking about in the last video that like sometimes black and white with these reception shots, I'm trying to figure out exactly how this was lit. It's like, obviously there's some light behind them, and then there's something over to the right, and then maybe a bounce flash off the ceiling. It's like, it looks like 3-point lighting to me. It looks great, and I think it looks a lot better than it would if it were color.
Yeah.
Next up. That's cool.
I'm ready? Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be a little nice on this one. 3, 2, 1.
4.
4 stars.
Why is that nice for you? This was instant 4 for me.
I mean, this image is so awesome. The emotion here, the flowers, everybody's mouth and hands are up. Like, you couldn't pose something like
Yeah,
this.
this is perfect.
I guess, like, I always hate the images that are like almost about to kiss. But if they were actually kissing, you wouldn't get to see her mouth and her facial expression and see the joy on her face. So it works in this image, but like, man, I think I would like this image just a little bit more if they took one step to the right and I can see a little bit more of the bride.
Yeah.
It just feels a little awkward, but certainly I would be putting this one on my website. This just has so much incredible emotion to it.
I don't know if I can say much more than that. It's just very well shot. You caught everyone. Every single person in this photograph is excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great.
Here's another almost kiss.
Almost
happening.
kiss.
Man. I really like this image, but all right. 3, 2, 1.
2.
Yeah, I give it a 2 also. I really like this image, whoever took this image. It's just the almost kiss, like, I don't think there's an almost kiss on my entire website.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't think I've updated my website in literally 7 years. So I should probably do that. But it just looks like they're touching noses, and then there's this guy walking across who looks like he's breathing heavy. It's just so much about it is almost awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just not quite there.
I think a couple more specific things. Going for the tilt in this shot, I think would be potentially... tilt shots, in my opinion, work better when you're working in a tighter crop.
Yeah, that's probably true.
When you're bringing in that fence line and the rest of the people, the tilt, those are the things that draw your eye about the tilt, the fence and the other things. To me, the color is just a little bit on the blue side too, but that's kind of
I think that's the vibe they're going for here with that look they've added to it.
Yeah.
But it's close. It's close. At first, the tilt didn't really bother me, but it's kind of starting to bother me a little bit now. But very close. Really on the fence with this one.
Torn?
I'm going to be tough again.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna go with a little more lenient, I guess.
Yeah, it's good. The lighting's great. It's like every wedding photographer who takes pictures outside has like 5 billion of these pictures. And my issue with it is it just seems like you could have gotten a better one. Not that you could have done any better for this shot on this day, but it just seems like you could have a prettier bride with a prettier cry and a little bit more of her face showing, and you could see the joy behind the tears. Whereas this one, it just feels a little bit colder to me than some other crying ceremony shots that
I think one thing that put this into the portfolio piece for me is the veil. Honestly, the wind is like just so that it gives you an extra sense of just, I don't know, happening. Something about the image is just like catches your eye.
Yeah. Yeah. I certainly, like, if this was the beginning of your career and you haven't shot that many weddings, then certainly this should be on your website. But after you've shot 100 weddings outside, I would just assume that naturally things will fall into place that will make images like this better.
Yeah.
And it's again, it's nothing that you've done wrong. Like, I've taken thousands of pictures that look exactly like this. I just wouldn't put this exact one on my website because I'm not blown away by it. Ooh, artistic. Here we
Bring
go.
back that negative space.
Yeah. You ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
4, 3. I thought about going a little higher. This is, as I was saying before, I love the negative space. This is perfect use of the eye goes straight to the bride, but there's also some other interesting elements with that window and the lights above. Just great lighting overall. But I want to say it's just slightly too much negative space potentially. I don't know. Something about it.
You're right. It's certainly a 3.5 would be a great rating for this image. I think it's very clever. I think the artistic side of me likes it, but also the side of me that would be selling directly to a bride. I think brides would really like this.
Yeah,
also.
Absolutely. Great shot.
Yeah, so good job. All right, so here we have dancing shot. What's the song that's playing here? RESPCT?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
3.
This image is funny to me because this looks exactly like one of my pictures. Not that I've taken pictures with the girl pointing or anything, but the lighting looks so similar to what Patrick and I do. It's a little eerie. The colors, the flash pop in the back left, the soft light, which I would assume is from a bounce off the camera to camera right.
I think I'm curious about that soft light on the right because it looks like you're in a barn again, and that color balance is just on. So I'm wondering if you had an umbrella or a softbox set up.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
But I think it's a solid image. I think it's fine for the fun dancing pictures. It certainly doesn't show anything loving or sentimental, but it's just a fun shot that I think would be great in your portfolio.
Solid.
I can't tell if it's focused on him
I think
or
it's
her hands.
hands.
Man, that kind of changes it for me. I think I might like it more on her hands.
Really?
No, I'm saying more on her hands than on his face. I went right to his face. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I was, again, thinking of going a little higher, but to me, my eyes are immediately drawn to her face. I think I would like this image better with the focus on her eyes.
I might as well.
I like that you're getting the rings in focus and maybe his head. I don't know if that was just off, but great emotion, beautiful angle. Like I love the long zoom.
This is a perfect example of an image that I would say is not technically done very well, being that I think we both agree her face is probably more important than her hands. But the emotion is so good that I will overlook a missed focus and still give it an excellent rating. And
this is the type of stuff that brides are gonna love to see
yeah.
on your website, because they want that like special moment on their wedding day. And this. I think these are the Pinterest photos that automatically get sent to their pages that you receive. So
great job. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
1 star.
I agree.
We're a little rough on this. Don't let it get you down. But I would just consider this to be a snapshot, and a snapshot just being anybody at that moment with any camera could press a button and capture almost an identical shot.
Yeah.
There's no emotion here. Everybody looks a little bored. The venue is not nice. This just isn't an upscale wedding, and therefore I think you're going to have a really hard time using this image to book more jobs.
Yeah.
Because even if someone else is getting married with, a couple $1,000 budget or whatever, they don't want to hire a wedding photographer who shoots $2,000 weddings. They want to hire the most expensive wedding photographer they possibly can afford.
Yeah. I think if you were going to try to take a couple tips off this image, then kind of choose your subject that it looks like. If you want to bring that crowd in with that wide angle shot, maybe move over to your right a little bit and get some of their faces in. If you want to focus on the bride and zoom, try to get a little more zoom in, just a couple practical improvement critiques.
Yeah, and if you have, I certainly have a million of pictures just like this that I've taken over the years. Obviously, you have to take shots like this and deliver them to your clients. But something else that I would try to do is stand back right where you are, get a telephoto lens out, get the couple with the super blurred out background.
Yeah.
And it can be anything. That house right behind them would look great, all blurry. And you have that emotion. Also, the way that they're lit right here, there's going to be more light coming from behind them. So there's a natural hair light there, and it's hard to see when they're so small, but just knowing the way light works in venues like this. If you shoot this direction, they're going to have this nice little halo around them. Now, if you want them to be a little darker on the back of their head and you want the bright light on the other side, then go around where that girl is like drinking something in the background. Who knows what she's doing. And shoot the other direction. You're going to get a totally different look with the light. I, though, would prefer to shoot from this direction and use the hair light.
Yeah.
It looks like you have 2 lights set up even though you're shooting natural light. And whoever took the last shot, take a look at this shot and just start noticing the differences, because one may not really take that much more talent than the other. Both are certainly natural light, but this one is just on a whole different level. 3, 2, 1, 4.
We're in agreement.
Yeah, and I mean, a shot like this, I could give this a 4.5, and it's so freaking simple. There's nothing to it whatsoever. It was just so beautiful, so classic. It says so much. Any bride who sees this is going to flip out.
Yeah, there's not much that can be said. Wondering what a slightly lower crop. I like the waist cutoff, but the extra head space is.
It's a crop that I wouldn't do, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool when I see a photographer do something that I wouldn't do, and then I'm like,
that looks good.
I should learn to do that because that's better than what I do.
Yeah.
So well done. That's cute.
Oh wow, she's actually off the ground.
Yeah, he's picking her up.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That changes it for me.
It does. It does. It changes everything. All right, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. 4 stars as well. It's funny, her feet on the ground, it becomes a 3-star image immediately. But again, there's just so much emotion. Again, an image that could never be posed. Stupid people with their cell
Their phones. I know, they're so distracting.
I hate that. But love the image, love the post-production. Lighting's great.
Yeah.
Nothing more to say. Well done. You ready?
Be a little
3, 2, 1.
harsh.
You gave it a 2. I gave it a 3. This is a really tough image for me because I feel like she's on the verge of saying so much
Yeah.
with her face. She's so close to saying so much, but at the same time, it's almost like a fake tear and she's giggling or something. You know,
Yeah.
it's not.
I don't know if that's what bothers me about this image. I think it goes back to you probably have a better shot for your portfolio of this. There is so much emotion in her face, and that does make it unique and lovely. I wonder how this would look in black and white. I'd love to see that.
That could change a lot, actually.
Another thing I've often found in one, again, these emotional moments look great in black and white. Two, whenever there's a strong backlight and the background is blown out largely, I find black and white makes the people pop a little more. Yes. You've got this brown, whatever background, banister, who knows what it is, kind of going through the middle. So I don't know. I'd be curious.
I think I'm with you on this. I think I'd like this better as a black and white too. Next up. This looks like one of these shots where like they're not supposed to see each other before the ceremony, but they're holding.
She's sneaking it.
I guess.
Sneaking in a look. Guess that works.
Does that girl kind of look like me? I think that girl looks like I looked when I was in high school. Maybe that's what I'm recognizing.
Do you have your hair out long?
I look like a girl when I was in high school. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right.
2 stars.
I agree.
It's just kind of weird. Like we know what's going on because we have to deal with this all the time, but I don't think a bride's gonna look at this and be wowed or.
Nothing to me about this image screams wedding either.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, her dress could be a wedding dress, but it could also be any dress really, and he's
zoned out, man.
Daydreaming or whatever. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
All right, next up. That's a cool couple right there. Gosh, I gotta get my hair done like that.
Her or him? I think you're on the way to him.
Yeah, already. I probably have his hairdo, and that's why he's wearing the leopard fedora. All right, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. Give it a 3. I give it a 2. I love the couple. I think they're super cool looking. I just don't really like the crop on this image. I feel like it's really awkward. This almost feels like a mistake to me, whereas other ones were cropped really weird, and I liked it because it seemed like they did it purposefully. This almost seems like a miss, like the photographer was spraying and praying. And
I think, I wasn't going to go on that angle. I think I kind of like the crop a little bit, maybe slightly lower. To bring in her hands. The hands cut off are kind of weird.
Cropping people at their ankles or their wrists is usually pretty awkward.
But I do love the color on this is beautiful. That really catches my eye, and the contrast with her red hair. And speaking to different kinds of clients, this is definitely like more of a market niche image. I feel like your average bride wouldn't necessarily be attracted to this, but if you're gearing toward a certain kind of people, personality, yeah, great. I think it's good enough for portfolio. The signing.
Yeah, that's a signing shot like I've never seen before. I really appreciate that. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 3. I gave it a 4. I love this. I don't know if brides will appreciate it as much as I do, but it just seems like you were thinking a lot with this image. I would have never in a million years thought to do this, and that's why there's no pictures like this in my portfolio. So keep it up. I think the groom looks awesome. The bride looks uncomfortable, and she's got like a crazy posture with her neck going on that pulls me out of it a little bit. But the groom and that light on his cheek looks so good.
The posture is what kept me, I think, at a 3.
Yeah.
The lighting is fantastic, though, and the framing with the curtains. Like, great job with that. I would always immediately my natural tendency would be to put some light on it with
I know.
them with some
And
flash.
we would ruin it.
It would ruin it. This is a great idea.
Next up.
Groom or dad? Groom.
Why? Because of the boutonniere?
Boutonniere, yeah.
Don't the dads get boutonnieres? No?
I guess they do, too, but...
Ready?
Wait, give me a second. All right.
3, 2, 1.
2.
2-star. Great image to deliver to the client, but like, to put on your website. Not really seeing it. It's kind of an awkward crop on his head. I don't mind cropping people's heads, but this one feels a little awkward.
Yeah, it's not. His emotion isn't quite.
His emotion's
there.
bad in this. Yeah, it's like, okay, dear, whatever you want, dear. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is the best day of my life.
Most beautiful moment ever.
All right, next up.
All right. That's
Whoa.
All right.
I'm gonna be a little nice with this one. 3, 2, 1. 3. Obviously, you captured the moment great. Digging the lighting on the kid. What pulls me out of this image is his attire. It's obviously not that fancy of a wedding. It's not that fancy of a venue. A lot of couples don't like kids. There's just a lot of this that could be offensive to a potential client. So for those reasons, I might not put it in my portfolio.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's overall solid. I don't know if I have much to say about it. It's just good. I mean, the lighting is a little bit. There's a pretty sharp fall off, and I imagine you were like really close to a wall or low ceilings or something. But
I think they're just bouncing off the ceiling. I think it's just coming straight down on them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's going on. This looks like something out of like a comedy movie, like an old-timey Three Stooges thing, but it's kind of fun. Well, let's rate it, I guess. I'm going to be very culturally specific on this one.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I'm definitely, so I gave it a 3, assuming this is your market, assuming...
These are the weddings that happen in your area?
This is that they put on chef's hats and
throw water at each other.
I guess it's Paris. I don't know, like what's happening here. But cool moment. I like that like you caught whatever it is. I have no idea what it is, but it intrigues me, and I wish I could see a little more of his face with his eyes with that hood, but I don't know. It's just it's a unique, interesting shot, but I just don't know what to make of it. So
yeah, great shot for what you had to work with, but I certainly wouldn't put this in my portfolio. I don't want anybody to look at pictures and be confused. Who's considering hiring me? I want it to be really stereotypical, you know. All right, next up. That's nice.
That's really pretty.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. We didn't have to think long about those 4s.
Yeah. All these confetti and bubble shots were.
We love those, man. You gotta throw stuff at the bride and groom.
I love that it looks like you just were shooting wide open on a ambient light at night.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the lighting here. Something doesn't seem quite right, or there's like.
I think it's all just super low white balance and yellow lights everywhere.
What do you mean yellow lights everywhere?
Yellow, I mean like tungsten.
But then why isn't this guy to the left lit up? It feels to me almost like it's like there's a window or something, and the sun is hitting the window, and it's like really...
Is it daytime? But I think that is...
Whoever took this picture, please let us know how you did it.
I guess that is daytime.
In the comments.
I'm curious what time of day this is. 'Cause if it was a night shot, I was thinking it was just you drag the white balance all the way down and like did color grading really well. But
night at all.
Never mind.
Anyway, we're nerding out right here. This is just awesome again because of the emotion. Like they just look so happy. The confetti makes it even better. The light's great. I can't figure out what's going on with the lighting, but it looks great. So, well done.
Yeah.
We finished.
That's it.
That is it. If this is the first Critique the Community that you've seen and you want to see the other 25 images that we reviewed yesterday, you can check that out on YouTube or come to fstoppers.com. These posts should be pretty close to each other. And if you want your images to be rated, join the Fstoppers community, upload the pictures to your portfolio, and then the community can rate them. And they use the same rating system that we've used today. And then we're trying to do a Critique the Community every single week from now on. And yeah, we're sometimes a little slow with it, but we're changing the genres all the time. So this was wedding photography. Next time, what do you want to do next time? I think we should do,
Let's do some product stuff.
Product photography. He said it. So the next one will be product photography. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll post something on Friday for product photography, and then next Monday or Tuesday we will release the next Critique the Community.
Sounds good.
See you there, guys.
Thanks.